So if you've been here for the last few weeks, we've talked about luxury. Traci started week one with the millionaire mindset. If you weren't here week one, we'll have a little course recording for you that you guys can click in on the classroom in school shortly. We've talked about getting email addresses, one of the most important conversations you can have to continue sending people listings. We've talked about scripts, setting or getting into business calls. Traci's got you thinking like a luxury leader. Now it's time to kind of add to that the mastery of certain areas. So one of my buddies, a lot of times we give out books, YouTube's video recommendations. I really encourage you all to dig into content to find what's right for you. But also I recognize, Traci, and realize not everybody is the kind of avid developer that you are, right? Not everybody's going to watch 5 videos a day and read 2 newsletters and read a book all night, every night, right? Not everybody can, not everybody's built that habit yet. So what I'm going to bring anytime I'm on here, and as we put people on subsequent Mondays, is I'm going to bring you the areas of focus, and we're going to bring you information distilled from our experiences and some of the best resources and some of the best trainers in and around the luxury space. So today I give you the 3 areas for mastery over the course of the next 9 weeks. The 3 areas for mastery. And I want you to write these down, but I want you to kind of use one whole piece of paper and break it into 3 columns. So on the left, you're going to write self-leadership. Self-leadership. And for the next 9 weeks, when you hear something that is something you need to try, or a belief you need to change, or an attitude you need to adopt, or when you read something or you watch something, I want you to come back to this page in your notebook and make a little bullet point and write it down. That zip code thing is in my self-leadership mastery category for me. It's a new concept. It's something I really want to think about. The attitude and belief around 15 hours of prospecting better be over there for you, because that's a new belief. That's a new habit. That's something that's going to change the way you lead yourself. Attending this session every Monday and Wednesday, that needs to be over there. That's 2 hours a week invested in making yourself better. So that's one area. And we're going to continue to hit on that throughout the next 9 weeks. But let's jump to the middle now. So now in your middle column, the next area you need to master is prospecting. Traci, just true or false, feel free to unmute, please. Is this real or not real? In order to build a massively successful business, you are going to have to continue to prospect day in, day out, week out, right?
100%. I can show you my calendar. You want me to pull up my calendar and show it to you?
I'll stop sharing because I'd love that. Like, I think people should see this, right? We're in here to change the way we think and change who we're in proximity to. Traci earns $1 million plus per year. She could not spend any time prospecting, right, but instead there's her calendar.
Yeah. And my 2 and 3 and 4 o'clock, actually all rescheduled, which is really typical on Mondays. But this morning, 2, 3, and 4 o'clock were booked as well. But you see my schedule? I mean, we're starting at 8 a.m. most days, yep, and we're going until well past 4. And I mean, I can show you last week too. So does that look like somebody that is on coast mode? No.
So question for you in the chat. Give me an answer to this. If Traci's calendar was a 10 out of 10 for prospecting, it's pretty hard to rate anything a 10 out of 10, but I glanced at it once and I knew she's just on calls and on phones and working with people, building relationships, adding to her database every single day. If Traci's was a 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, where's your calendar at right now? So Jesse's at a 4, Sam's a 3, 3.5, 4, Sarah 3. All right, cool, a 4. But the reason that we're talking about this is because, to Portia's point, we can do better, right? But if we're not ever talking about our calendar, and if we don't deepen that skill set and start to master how we spend our time and what we spend it on, we'll never master prospecting. Okay, the other piece is people who know, like, and trust you. What do we call that? There you go. That's the word I'm looking for, Jesse, your database. So let's just be super clear. When I say database, when Traci says database, when trainers say database, they mean your big list. And then And write that down, by the way, in your master prospecting. Database, little bullet point, means my big list. When we put up that poll every week, we ask how big is your database? That's your big list, right? And then you can call other pieces of your database other things. And then the third one on the right-hand side is relationships. And relationships is the one, I think, for most of you, where you're probably going to like exhale and say, oh, you know, I'm pretty good at this one, Curtis. Like, I know a lot of people, and when I can just get in front of them, they like me, we get along. I love other people. I love helping people. The relationships one is where a lot of the time we think we have reached mastery, but I can kind of promise you, myself included, we haven't. There's always another level of opportunity for you, for me, to get better and be better. So these are the 3 areas, again, everybody, that we're going to break down. And when you hear something in any future training, in any video, you read something, you watch something, you listen to something, come back to this page, make a little bullet point, and this list should start to really grow. What are the concepts you need to master? What are the things you need to do? Right? Confidence doesn't go up by thinking. Confidence goes up by doing. Experience does not go up by thinking. It goes up by doing. So these are the areas where we need to find ourselves doing. And we're going to write some stuff down in every single one.